Now, note that when we're going back and forth between when this scene got shot, okay, this particular part of the scene right here, I was in that little alcove there, okay? I was in that alcove. The corresponding shot, the reverse angle shot of her in the bed, that one right there. While we were shooting this, she was not there, okay? She wasn't in the bed, it was just me. And you note right here, as we're going by, it's kind of a cheat. See, as it's coming through here, notice she should have been there in the leaning over that pillow. We should be able to see her there getting up. Well, note that she's already up here in this shot, okay? So kind of a cheat. And probably in the edit, probably should have cut it about there. So the editor went a little bit too far with that shot right there. You see that? She's not there. You can see the fact that she's not there. But this goes by so fast you don't really realize that's what's going on. But the reason I picked this scene was because of that one kind of goof in the edit, that she's not there. She should have been right there in that part of the bed, and she wasn't. But note now she's sitting up, but we did a dissolve to kind of cheat, okay, time change. But that's what I wanted to show you when we're talking about working with continuity, okay? We go back and forth. Now, you've seen this whole thing go back and forth here. And these camera angles from back and forth, okay? And that, in this particular instance, you know, we're both in the scene. But we, because of the confines of this cabin, an actual cabin up in the mountains that we were using, we didn't have the room to have 2 cameras and 2 lighting setups. It's just not enough room. And the crew barely fit in. So to get these 2 camera angles, we had to move one camera back and forth. Okay, now that doesn't mean we went, oh, shoot part of this, then shoot part of that, and shoot part of this. No, all the scenes in one side shot this way. All the scenes from this other angle shot it. So in essence, doing the scene twice. With the camera here this time, the camera here that time. Now, to make that convincing, we have to do exactly the same thing both times, flawlessly. Our face has to be, if I'm looking at this angle, when it goes to the reverse angle, if I'm saying these words and I'm looking down, when it goes to the other angle, I have to be saying those words looking down. Because if I go one angle and say, oh, I'm looking down, and I'm saying, oh, this is bad, and you go to the other side, and all of a sudden my face is up like this, oh, this is bad. And you say, oh, this is bad. It doesn't work for the audience, okay? That's continuity. That's what we're trying to avoid going wrong. That is the mechanics of acting for the camera. That is the hardest thing to do, okay? Keeping character, knowing what you did from one take to the next take. And so it takes practice, it takes remembering, it takes doing this stuff. We do this scene